Hi, I'm Chris Myers. Welcome to Fox's coverage here at Indy. And we welcome IndyCar Series champ Tony Stewart, 1997, and James Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe sat on the pole for the Indy 500. It's great to see you guys. Great to see all of you. And it's pretty good scene here, by the way.
Yeah, it's a great seat. Are you kidding me? There isn't a bad seat at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway anyway, but look at this atmosphere. Look at this crowd. There's people that have been here since 6 in the morning getting ready to come in.
I can hardly hear myself think.
It's great, man. I mean, this is a sellout crowd. Only the first time we've done it since 2016, the 100th running. It's all about these people here. It's going to be a heck of a show.
Yeah, on the greatest day of racing, this is the greatest, and there is no bigger event. As big events go, none bigger, especially for the drivers.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't matter what form of motorsport you come from. The Indianapolis 500 is known worldwide. Everybody wants to have their picture and their face on that Borg Warner trophy.
Yeah, and the storyline of history, a chance for that to be made with Joseph Newgarden. His chances were thrown off just a bit, or at least affected by qualifying and some things last week, but obviously he's giving it his best shot. He says it's just another mountain to climb.
Well, it is going to be a mountain to climb for sure. That car was fast enough to be in the top 12 in qualifying, but a technical infraction sends them to the back of the grid. No drivers won from further back than 28. He's starting 32nd. No driver's done 3 in a row. He's a back-to-back champion. So to say the odds are against him is probably an understatement. But Tony, I watched over 30 hours of practice here last week, and I can tell you that is the fastest car in the field, and someone's got to be the first. Could be Joseph.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see the comfort level in him, and when you get a driver that's won back-to-back races like that, and he's comfortable for the third, you can't bet against him.
Yep, and his team, obviously, Team Penske, more Indy 500 wins than any other team with 20. All right, we've got this 2.5-mile oval covered at every turn. Let's head over to our crew over at Turn 1. Danica Patrick, third place finish here. And 2 of the guys we're going to hear in the broadcast booth with Hinch later, taking you through the race, Townsend Bell and Will Buxton. Will, you guys look sharp over there. Take it away.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, when they said we were going to be down at Turn 1 and on the track, I didn't think they meant literally on the track. What an incredible place to be here for the Indianapolis 500. Danica, you've been coming here since you were a kid, since you were 14 years old. What is it that makes this place so special?
Well, Indianapolis 500 has been a part of my life my whole life. I remember being a kid and watching it on TV, sitting around on the couches. We've got our chips and dip out. I might have taken a nap back in those days being a little bit younger, but it's been a part of my life forever. And then I finally came here when I was 14 years old, 1996. I was way down there at the exit of Turn 4 in one of those suites. That was the year that it was a rain delay. So we sat around and played cards, all of us kids, and it raced the next day. But that was, I mean, after being here and seeing that, I couldn't wait to race in the actual race. However, my dad drove me down Georgetown Road and showed me all the parties. I didn't need a piece of that, but I wanted to be in this race.
Danica's first race here was 96. Townsend, I hate to age you, mate, but yours was a decade earlier, and you can see where you sat that first year from where we are.
I was literally sitting right there. I can throw a football and hit the seat where I sat with my father when I was 11 years old, and I sat absolutely mesmerized by the 33 drivers that were taking the big risk of going after the biggest prize in racing. But somehow I managed to get from that side to this side of the fence, and 20 years later to the day I started my first Indy 500, I did it by sheer will, determination. I dropped out of college, I put it all on the line, worked my tail off. This was my American dream, and I am ready to see dreams made again today.
Mate, I love that. There is so much to love about this incredible race and this track. It's an absolute sea of people buzzing for the Indy 500. Chris mentioned it before, we have this gigantic race course covered from corner to corner. So let's see what's going down on the track and send it to Jamie Little.
Well, for all of these drivers, they grew up dreaming about this moment. This is where it all starts, the walk through Gasoline Alley. They will be flanked by their families, hand in hand, walking out like gladiators to the most famous racetrack in the world, hoping for their shot at racing immortality. Kevin Lee.
And Jamie, they will see their name and face on this famous scoring pylon like mine is right now. But it all begins right here on the front stretch with the most unique start, 3 wide, heading down at 200 miles an hour on the first lap into turn 1. Drivers say it feels even more narrow on race day. Get through that corner, 799 more on front. You'll have a great view of your name and image on that pylon. and your life changes forever. To Tom Rinaldi.
Kevin, thank you so much. You're a big deal with your name up in lights there, but I will say, this slow elevator ride with select pit crew members, ownership, the winning driver, and the race car itself lifted into position, perhaps even without the help of hydraulics, floating into racing immortality, where the car will be pushed back and that famous drink or douse of milk will commence. Just part of the incredible choreography of celebration and the greatest spectacle in racing. For more on that celebration, let's hit the bricks with Georgia Henneberry.
The 33 drivers in the field all have the same goal, to be the first to finish 200 laps, 500 miles, and at the end of the day, kissing the iconic yard of bricks. These bricks represent history, tradition, and most importantly, victory here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And at the end of the day today, someone will have their moment. Chris Myers.
Thank you, Georgia. In 1911, over 3 million bricks were used to pave this track. Some of the actual bricks still remain. All right, we're going to go from the bricks to the infield, where there's a world-famous party going on. At least that's what we're told. It's got the label. They call it the Snake Pit. They got 560 acres here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and this, at this point anyway, is the place to be. Let's see who's down there. Anybody we recognize? Is there a familiar face? Hello? Look at that. It looks like Mardi Gras. Wait, who is it? Gronk!
Hey guys, it's down here. I can barely hear you guys, but this is the biggest spectacle in sports history. We got over 30,000 crazy kids around here just going absolute nuts. Over 400,000 people here overall at the biggest sporting event in a single day in the world right now. The DJ is going absolute ham, playing bangers all day long. The energy is absolutely electric. The ladies are showing their watermelons all over the place. The guys are headbanging everywhere. This is a party, and I've seen every party in the world, and this is the biggest party I've seen since Woodstock in 1969. Thank you guys for having me here. You guys are missing out on the biggest party. There's a lot of smoke here, and I'm not even talking about Tony Stewart. Let's go!
Rob Gronkowski, try to blend in, right? Try to fit in.